Hey, how's it going? Hope you guys doing well. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. In my case, almost literally, because Monday was off. It's a 4-day week for me. It's pretty nice. I like that. I would love probably 4-day weeks of 10-hour days. That I think would be like, especially if I could skip lunch, then it would be like actually 10 hours. I think that would be like the where I would think, okay, then we have 3-day weekends every time, and then when there's a holiday, then it'll be even better. Welcome in, Marcus. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, one and all. I hope you guys' day is going well. The plan for today is to take our final animation. I don't think we imported it, but take our final animation and either bring it in or use it because I think maybe I did bring it in, and use it for all of the spellcasting abilities and the hold. I think that. Oh no, I think the hold. No, the hold is already done. So the spellcasting ability ones used for that, and then after that, I need to set up a system which should be relatively simple, to effectively tell the animation or tell the attack that it's done before the animation is done, which should just be as easy as removing a gameplay tag, and that's it. Like a little bit earlier on through an animation notify, and we theoretically will be just able to have really snappy attacks and abilities, which is going to feel nice. The dash is already feeling better, and the attacks executing faster feels better. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing well. Yeah. Can't complain too much. I mean, I can always complain. If it's one thing I can always guarantee to do, I can always find something to complain about. It doesn't mean I necessarily care about the thing I'm complaining about, mind you. 90% of the time when I complain about something, I don't actually care about it that much. I just like the act of complaining about it because it makes me feel better. Let's be real. Like, most things that I complain about, I don't actually care that much about. Like, yeah, would be nice to have that one thing that I'm complaining about not be a problem. Yeah. Is my life gonna change dramatically when it's no longer a problem? No. So the complaint is really pointless. So for at least for me, the stuff that I complain about just doesn't matter. And I know it doesn't matter. In like 90% of the time. If not 95% of the time. I think the stuff I complain about just doesn't matter. But it makes me feel better. So I get it. I get it. But yeah, I think that's the plan for today. Like, for example, here's something I can complain about. Marcus, you're here, right, on Twitch. Right, you're chatting, clearly watching the stream, otherwise you wouldn't be hearing me. And I look over and it shows I have 0 viewers on Twitch. I can complain about that. That's annoying. Is my life gonna change when it says 1? No. So here we are. Yeah, it's simple as that. Anyway. Let's get into some Unreal. I can also complain about me not updating this layout to be darker like I wanted to the first time I saw it, but here we are weeks down into using it and I still haven't updated it because I'm a lazy fuck. You know, it's just simple, you know, like, yeah, I can always find something to complain about. It's not hard. And like I said, most of it doesn't matter. Does it show? Yeah. I don't know what the hell Twitch is doing with their everything, so like, I don't. I use it because it's still very popular, and there's no extra effort really for me for multi-streaming. That's simple as that. And Eddie, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Have you ever worked on procedural level building using stuff like wave function collapse? No, because that requires programming. Again, I don't know programming or like coding. Like, unless Unreal gets a node that has wave function collapse support. Like, I followed a tutorial once for Houdini that does it, but that's not a simple tutorial, and Sonic can use it. Yeah, I don't know how to write code at all. My 100% of my entire game is blueprints. 100%. Not including the a couple of plugins that I'm using. But in terms of everything I've made, it's 100% blueprints. Hey, Revolution Art, welcome in. How's it going? You doing well? I need to look into at some point I need to look into setting up a better system for the loading screen. But also I need to look into a better system for spawning these guys at some point. Ooh, this is a nice one. This should be like a nice multi-level one. Let's look. Yeah. Okay, we have to go down to see anymore. Give me that height. Give me the depth. It's kind of okay. There we go, bridge top. It looked better from another angle. Anyway, let's go set things up. For the loading screen trouble to me, it's super easy to set up and it's automatic for your level loading and such. Well, the problem is I need to set it up so it knows when the dungeons finish generating, the mobs are finished generating, the frame rate stabilized. Right, it needs to know like whenever all of these things are done. Then it can look. Then it can stop the thing. So I usually just have every single one of those things being tracked, and then figure out when they're finished. Let them know, and then yeah. Messed with the link to the plugin didn't work. Yeah, links don't work in general. Links don't work on YouTube or Twitch. Otherwise, you get a lot of bots giving like really bad links everywhere, and I don't want to do that. That's why usually links are always blocked in pretty much everyone's stream, unless it's like a streamer that has a big mod team or something that and specifically takes care of those things. That tends to be the case for most streamers. There we go. So there's the animation. We need to set this up for our stuff. So bots giving the best years. The problem is they're not even being counted. I mean, to be fair, Marcus, it still says 0 viewers on Twitch. You're not even being counted. Are you a bot? Or maybe that's the thing. Bots will start counting. You're not a bot, so you don't count. Twitch only cares about bots. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the real truth of it all. I think I'm just gonna duplicate these, and then we'll swap the animations and go from there. So it's gonna be attack, spell bolt, 1. I'm just copy this. So I can just paste it. 2, 3, 4. Are you guys proud of me? I can count to 4. Impressive, isn't it? Maybe the real bots were the friends we made along the way? Well, I haven't made any friends along the way. Does that mean none of the bots were even real? Have I been hallucinating this entire time? Ah, shit. I knew my hallucinations were gonna get the better of me at one point. God damn it. I need to stop drinking. Tomorrow. I'll stop drinking tomorrow. Do you know if PCG can landscape paint? No, nothing can landscape paint. Well, nothing can landscape paint at runtime, I should specify. Maybe with the new 5.8 system. I don't know. I can't speak on anything in the new 5.8 system. I don't know how any of that works. But 5.8, before 5.8, there's no way to modify landscape at runtime. As far as I know. If you mean like specifically texture paint, then I think there might be a few ways. But nothing that's super simple, as far as I know. Did I set these up properly? Yes, these are both. Okay, that was just the first one. I need to do all of them. Get ahead of myself. I guess I can do this as well. Hey Flick, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What is the QT in your name? Because every time I see it, I think QuickTime. And I really doubt it's QuickTime. I don't think it's Flick QuickTime. Yeah, like use the paintbrush. Yeah, as far as I know, there's no way to like sculpt the landscape at runtime. Because even things like the landscape patches do not work at runtime. Basically. Well, again, that might be different in once 5.8 comes out. The new landscape, I don't remember. Was that like full release? Like it's fully replaced it and it is like fully up and running and working, confirmed? Or is it like an option and it's experimental? I don't remember. It's a play on Cutie, the actual flick. On Twitch is just sitting on the name, and you're not partner, so you can't claim it. Oh, okay, got it. So it's like Cutie Cinderella is QT. Okay, got it. Makes sense, okay. Mesh terrain? Yeah. Mesh terrain. Is that the new system and it just now has fully replaced the old system? Or is that an optional thing? Because I imagine if it's replaced the entire thing, then it's like, well, it has to be production ready. Once 5.8 comes out, obviously fully. Sure, it's not really production ready in the preview, but it is experimental AF. So you do have options of using the old system or the new system then. I assume. Still. So it's not like it like fully has replaced it. It's a plugin if you recall correctly. Ah, okay. Got it. Good to know. Trying to get over this Forsaken cold you've had the past 5 days? I mean, just put the, just get a little ladder and just climb over the refrigerator and you'll get over the cold. It's probably meant for you 5.9 since it's experimental currently. Got it. Oh, speaking of future Unreal things. Oh, is it? Oh, wrong button. Speaking of future Unreal things, I can find that. There's a new authorized trainer thing, and on it, that I'm gonna be attending they're doing like a video thing that I'm curious about. But on it, it says during the session, we'll share partner program and benefit updates designed to strengthen partner engagement, increase ecosystem visibility. Don't care about any of that. But then it says, pull this up. Then it says this. Accelerate technical enable as we look ahead to UE6. We're in 5.8. Look, I keep saying it, that I think it's too early for UE6. Because I feel like shoving UE6 is just a marketing thing. Like, I think it's... Like, I feel there's so much UE5 needs to, fix and finish before this should be, the main topic of conversation. before you know it's the year 2030. No, like I understand that we could look ahead to UE6, right? And I understand that even if they were just like announced UE6, it wouldn't be like releasing probably the next year. But you never know. Out of curiosity, because I always forget the dates. UE4 preview release. .4. Initial public preview release date in 2014. Okay, March 19th, 2014 is when 4.0 was released. Okay, so then I want to know 5.0 preview release date. 5.0 entered its preview phase February 22nd, 2022. So 8-year life cycle. So 2030 actually is right on the money, as you're saying, yeah, 2030. But I feel like 2030 is still, it's halfway through 2026, 3 years. I mean, I feel like it would be I feel like talking about that would be like a 2028 thing. But again, as long, look, they have time. It's not like, again, they, if you know, they start talking about it, doesn't mean like, oh, all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, it's coming out next year and that's it. Yeah, plan forward, as it should change a lot. That's it. If you like, UE427 to UE5 was not a massive change. UI got better, and there are some things that improved. But like, was Nanite wasn't even in 5.0. Nanite was 5.1. Right? So what I would hope is that whatever the final was barely, yeah. It's like PCG was added in 5.1, but let's just pretend like it really didn't exist in 5.1. Same thing like, or 5.2 was added. PCG was added there. Basically, the family didn't exist compared to like where it is now. But my only hope, genuinely, the only part that for me that I actually care about is I want the final version of Unreal 5, whatever it is, whenever it is, to be as good as 4.27 was for Unreal 4. Where everyone was, as far as I know, relatively happy about the position of 4.27 now looking back on it. So, like, I would want all the experimental stuff no longer being experimental. I want it to be every experimental thing I want fully released. Basically, and for it to be optimized. If they do that, I guess I don't care if they released Unreal 6 tomorrow, as long as they also get pushed the Unreal 5, everything done, everything optimized, push, you know, kind of thing. So, as long as that happens, I mean, I don't know. My concern is they need more time. That's it. That's really all it comes down to. I think they need more time, but still, you know, years down the line. So, also wonder what major changes to UE6 will have. Can't imagine a whole bunch, to be honest. I mean, I know they're trying to put Y up. As long as they give the option to still have Z up, Blender has Z up. There's a reason why Z up was a thing in Unreal for so long. 3ds Max was Z up, and I think that's why Blender has Z up. Like, it's not like every single place is Y up. So as long as that becomes an option and they don't force you to have the measurement stuff, as long as you look into how to remove that, I think it'll be fine. But we'll see. Will probably be ZXY, so you could still pretend is in the same order. The reason I really like, I mean, aside from just being used to it for decades in Unreal, aside from that, I really like the fact that the up axis is not the center number. Personally, having the up axis being the bottom number is just very convenient for me. And again, it's a used to thing, right? Has UE5 gone over any optimizations? You feel like it's been feature creep and moving things from experimental? Some nice safe in 5.5 and Lumen, but barely. Yeah, I think 5.4, 5.5 had a bunch. No, 5.6. 5.6 had a lot of optimizations. Right, 5.6, I when it came out, I just told people, hey, just swap to 5.6. It is free real estate. 5.6 had optimizations. Debatable if they were good, but by default, everything ran better. The problem is RGBA XYZW breaks. So if it is ZXY, then Z would be red, X green, and Y blue. So if ZXY, Z would be red. Well, if you think of it like my axis, the forward axis is blue. Z is blue in Maya. Y is up and green, and X is red. It's also like just the way when I imagine 3D space, I think of a piece of paper that then goes up, right? If you're like drawing and then you make something on top of it, it goes up. So it makes sense. I have X, Y, and then if I do depth or height or anything, that's the third axis. So it makes sense from my head, Z, that is up. It was like I started with Maya, Autodesk Maya, right? And that has Y up. But even when I was learning it, it still never makes why is the forward axis the Z one? Because I don't think of it like I'm looking at a wall and then the thing coming forward towards me is the forward direction. Because what if I just look at it from the side? Right? Now it's changed. Now it's no longer the forward, right? It's the side direction. But if I had it as a flat plane and Z is up, it doesn't matter which way I rotate, that third axis is always the third axis. Again, it's... If they have it as an option, which is what I'm hoping for, I don't They could do whatever they want. My always, like, for pretty much everything is, like, you can do whatever you want if you have the option to put it back how it used to be. If you want to make the if you want to have X be up, go ahead. If you want Y up, doesn't matter. If you want to change all the names to, I don't know, ABC, go ahead. I would just love an option for the people that have been using it for a long time to just continue using it the way it's been. And then I think that's the best outcome for everyone. Okay, I think we got all of these. So now just come here. Spellbolt. One, two, three, and four. Let's take a look. Blink. So we have this, this, and this that we set up yesterday, right? So the animations for these are working. Now. What? Did I swap out one? Hold on, what? One attack one. It's right there. What? Excuse me? Oh, there we go. I guess it was still cached. Okay, let's here. I mean, that's not bad. I think that's not bad. Give it time for it to cool down. Which they make U6 more compact. They can even copy your plugin. It wouldn't be bad. What do you mean by compact? Like the UI? Why does that feel so slow? Too chunky? I mean, a lot of this is customizable. Like, you can change the size of this. You can change it to, like, a list or a column, you know. But you're right about a lot of this could be a little bit cleaned up. Like, there's no reason for, like, the tab thing. I'm not using tabs ever here. If I could just not have this tabs bar at all, that would be awesome. I think that'd be good. Like, if I could just, like, customize this a bit more, I think that would be nice. If the fact that this has 39 actors here, I've never really used this. Sometimes I use it, but that can just be, like, up here. Menu is toggleable and tabs go to the top. What's the plugin? I don't think I'm not familiar with it, but it sounds interesting. What's the plugin called? I'll look it up. Compact UE. And tools and plugin. Great first image. Compact. Chonker. Wow, so much space. Okay, well, okay. Also, to be fair, right? Right, I could do this, and then I have all of this, right? Like this. So I feel like this is basically that. Not on blueprints. Oh, this doesn't show blueprints. You should show blueprints then. Add that image. True. Because I'm based on this. This is funny, but based on this, I'm assuming just this is different. But then the question becomes, how is this different than just pressing F10? Yes, here it's less. I will give that. But if you do something in like the blueprints and other places, yeah, I think it'd be good. Your documentation show other things potentially. Oh, I see one picture. No, one picture. Yeah, so looking at this, right? So what do we have here? The file bar is gone. That's it. Appears if you press the UE logo. I see. Hey Matthew, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, like I'd want basically speaking of like Autodesk Maya from before, Autodesk Maya I think has one of the best systems for like those kind of setups, because like almost every single bar can be moved or removed. So in Maya, you can just remove this bar or remove this bar, or you know, just or move it or whatever. Like everything is customizable. If they did something like that, that'd be great. Also, why is the content browser on the left in this mode? The one, by the way, I would love for the to use the this system. I think the system when I first saw it in Unreal 5, I thought was really cool, right? Be able to bring up the content browser wherever you want. But this is such a shit system, because when you're in somewhere else and you selected something in here, you can't properly use the like you know, the arrows and whatnot, because this just will not properly select it and use that whole system. That's it's really weird. Anyway, not important. Add scroll bars to tabs, toolbars. You should add pictures for that. If that's what it does, you should 100% add pictures for that, because yeah, I would never guess. And let's be honest, fortunately or unfortunately, there are more people like me that just do not read. So we look at the picture. Picture shows one thing only. Moving on. So is it actually slow? Hold on, let me see. What is the speed of it here? Oh no, it's the same. There's a little bit of a pause there, and then it does the ability. It's definitely faster than it used to be. Regardless, it's still faster than it used to be, but... So I guess it's fine. Well, I think that's all of them, though. That was actually really fast to do. Okay, so what I want to do now is, so right now when I do the attack, right, attack and I'm holding down, then I can move. Attack, holding down, then I can move. Attack, holding down, then I can move. What I want to do is, right, if I do ability, holding down, now I can move. What I want to do is make it so I can move a lot earlier than the animation ending. Animation will continue going if you were to stand still and right not use the movement or abilities, but I want the attack to finish before the actual finishing of the animation to make it feel better. There was one thing that one person mentioned like at some time ago. Not too long ago, they were testing out the game. And they said like, it feels like the animations are too long. And then I replied with, you can animation cancel. And then after I sent that, I was like thinking like, but do I want you to always need to animation cancel with a dash? I was like, I probably don't. That shouldn't be a requirement. After that, I was like, you know what? Let's set up a way of having an end to the attack without having like a built-in animation cancel automatically, basically. That will just make it feel snappier. So, let's do that. So, I think all we really need to do, and we can start with the we start with the light attack. All right, so because right now, if the basic attack, and then now, right? See, I'm holding down this entire time. I'm only clicking, and then basically, right, that wait. I don't think we need that. So, what I'm gonna do is go to my Notify Blueprints. And then I don't think I have one for end attack. So let's duplicate you and attack. Yep. So we don't want to do this. Oh, let me change the color here. Make it red, green. Needs to be a different color. So here we want to do just a remove gameplay tag. Gameplay tag. There it is. And then I'm going to say attack. So basically, you want to get the notify, remove this, which is the gameplay tag that it's looking for to know that whether it can attack more. This would mean you can do. I mean, this means you can do attacks quicker. But then, what's the problem? You still have a cooldown, right? You have a cooldown regardless. I think this is fine. Worst case scenario, we can adjust. So if we just did an attack, so we did the attack here, and if we did add notify and attack here, just for the left click, let's just try it. So, ooh. Ah, okay. So now we also need to Okay. So it's not going to be as simple. Fine. We need to have the movement cancel any animation overrides. Let's see. Let's start with that because we also have the effect there. That was the problem. But let's start with that. Oh, yeah, this is my dash test rework. Well, I'll come back to that later. Movement input. So assuming that we can move. So we're doing this. I can do a get anim instance of paper CD, and then stop all animation overrides. Oh, let's do that on the can move one after the can move. So if we can move, then we can. So, do I need the stuff open anymore? No. Okay, so now we attack and move down. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. I can actually spam this now and be okay. That feels considerably better. Okay, so now, oh, actually, I did need one other thing. I need this one. So now let's try it on the right click. So we'll do it again here. Okay, so as soon as the animation goes into its quote unquote idling, here's fine because the attack lasts here. I can say end attack, and now right. That feels pretty good. I'm not like animation canceling, is just, but if I wanted to, I could attack and then the animation would play out. Now, it's possible that down the line, I'll just say screw it and we just cut the animation short, just fully, to save on frames. But I doubt it's going to be that big of an issue. But I think this is going to be real nice in a second. Let's go all the ability ones. So these need to be here. Copy. Base original time. So let's take a look at this. Yeah. I can see that being better. So now you no longer have to animation cancel. Because here, right, if I did one of these, I can't move. There we go. Now I can move. But right here, I can do animation canceling, but by just doing a dash, there's no reason for it. So now let's do the spellbolt one. Here. Oh, this one needs to be a little further. Fair enough. Here. Okay, let's try this out. Oh, that feels so much better. But why did he just play the Manny animation? I saw that. What? How? What? Why? You're fine here. What? Okay, what if I use that and now use this? What? Hold on. What I'm gonna do is browse to asset. Reference viewer. It's not being used anywhere. It literally has nothing. It is doing stuff inside of it. I mean, I can get rid of it. Really force it to not happen, but I feel it's cached something that it shouldn't have. Oh, I put this in the manual ones. I put in this manual ones? No. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong ones. We're fine, we're fine. Oh, also this can't be here. This needs to be here. It needs to be past the attack ones. So otherwise we have issues. I'll move you this way. Hold attack does not have an... well, actually, yes, it does. It should have one as well. Yeah. Did you hear? The star can't have one. Light attack does. Okay, good. Double check these. Heavy are fine. The end one is just so quick, there's really no reason to. It's freaking 3 frames. There's fractions of a second. Okay. No, we're okay. We're okay. So, that is working better. Let's just try it out. Let's try it out in the actual game. Maybe you'll hate it. I hope not. But you never know. You should run away like a little bitch when you're about to die, by the way. It's a good tip. Do you guys know if there's a plugin for a loading screen that is specific, that has like built-in functionality to like check for stuff, specific things to be done? I imagine not, but I imagine that there is no like really good one for that. Oh man, that feels so much better. I'm not gonna lie. That feels so much snappier than it used to. The timing is much easier to get on things because things are executing basically when I'm telling it to. The delay, right, it's a lot less. Did I just... What life was I at? Did he just one-shot me? Biggest signal hit dealt. 97. Was he boosted? I don't think there was anyone to boost him. Why did I take that much damage? No, it's the Delta's me. I should have looked at received. Carry glitch a bit of it has a few, there's a few issues, yeah, still. Like I can move the character when it dies. There's a few other ones. There's some bugs. As you might imagine, there's still some bugs in the game. I know, crazy. You'd think by now it'd be all done and beautiful. Oh, ads.
Ads rolling. Paused so you skip watching me make something that should be a simple function.
I guess with this, because this part was very simple to do, I guess we should look into the actual combo system and work on that. Next, because I've been meaning to. I have an animation now to work with that I can export out. I'll still need to do a little more, few more animations then. But I feel like knocking that out would be good. Get that all set up and working. I don't know why I was thinking that doing this part would take so long. Well, yeah, that's enough for the full stream. Probably plus more, and then here we are. I'm such a bad judge of time. A lot of times things that I think were going to be relatively simple to do take forever. And things that take forever that I think are really quick. There's a reason, like when I was like in college and everyone was teaching us like, hey, whenever time you think it's going to take you, just multiply it by 3. If you think it's going to take you an hour, tell them 3. If you think it's going to take a day, tell them 3. Only 3? That's the number I was told. The thing is, and that you learn when you actually get into the real world is people for some reason are multiplying it by 0.3, not 3. Like studios are like, oh yeah, we can do that in a week. Something that should be taking like months to do and more manpower. Oh yeah, we can do it in a fraction of the cost, in a fraction of the time, and the right. Basically, middle fingers to artists that are actually need to do it. But it's like, oh, but the studio looks good. They won't be able to afford themselves, down the line, but they'll look good now. Guys, it's so much. It feels so much better with this responsiveness. Holy shit! Those of you that are on Patreon, I look forward to you guys trying this after it comes out because it feels so much better actually. But that probably shouldn't be on the tree. Deal with that at a different time. Yeah, that hold. Maybe I should just fix the. You know what? Instead of the combos, I want to fix the stem hold. That's been an issue, and it annoys me. Always that we don't do crunch studios. Thankfully, I've worked in basically the film industry, right? I work in virtual production, but that is right. That is still the film industry is just using Unreal, but because I'm the artist, right? I've never been like the compositor, even when I was not doing Unreal. I've never really had to do crunch or overtime much. Thank God. So my entire work career, there's been a few times when there was a few weeks of hey, we need 10-hour days, 6 days a week type thing. And I think honestly, the total amount that I've ever done is less than 2 months total of that kind of time. If maybe even less than a month total. So in that regard, I've gotten lucky because I know games have a lot of crunch times. Unfortunately. But luckily, because at least in film, if you're doing film as just a 3D artist, then you eventually have to hand off to compositing. And compositing is the one that gets the crunch because they're the ones that they need all the assets done right way ahead, right? It's the same thing that if you were a rigger, you would need the character to be done to rig, right? So if your job was the character artist, you wouldn't be doing crunch unless you're just slow and behind schedule. But right, typically the character artist wouldn't need to worry about the crunch because he's not at the end of the pipe, right? When film gets to the compositing part, everything should be done and they just need to put it all together. That's the part that now, oh crap, there's so much. So I've never dealt with it much, thankfully. I feel terrible for anyone that does. I'm just one of those also people that, that's someone that hasn't needed to do much. I also just say no sometimes because to me, I will never do 16-hour days. I won't. As an exception, once for a day or maybe for 2 days, maybe I'll do that. But those kind of insane crunches, I just refuse to. Like, I'm gonna say no. Because to me, my health is more important than the job. Because I know myself on lack of sleep. And if I have lack of sleep, it's not good. Sleepy time, best time. I need my beauty sleep. I am hideous enough as it is with the amount of sleep I get. I need more sleep. Okay, let's turn our attention to the attacks. So right now I have the shit system. I have a really shit system, and I need to fix the shit system. Let's go to our inputs. Input. Attack. So I'm using. Wait. Bull? Oh, that doesn't seem right. Actions, IA attack. Huh? Am I using these? No, I'm not using the attack ranged. I'm using attack ult. Okay, so these ones I'm no longer using. Okay, just get rid of these. I'm not using block anymore. Clean this up a little. I'm not using the boss portal one. That's now just a thing that happens. Jump is no longer a thing. Your thing. Dash is definitely a thing. The attack controller is no longer a thing. So hold on a second. You. Combat. Am I overwriting it? Yeah, okay, I'm overwriting it here. That's why. Okay. It is not Boolean. It is a hold. Okay. So what I need to do. Okay, this is the headache that I had. Okay. So, and I need to figure out a solution for. So I want to be able to left click spam, but if I hold it for long enough, then the hold kicks in, right? And then we have the bar. And at a certain point, right, it triggers automatically. So hold is fine here. Hold is what we want. The problem that I ran into, and I don't know the best solution for this, and I might need to do like a custom timer type thing, is what would happen is if I, and this occasionally will still happen, like if I, see if I can replicate it. So I think it just happened there. Let's ignore this part, I guess. Great, I love that bug. Okay. We need to fix that as a separate thing. Basically, what happens occasionally is if you are holding down the button, then you were to like that, let go of the button, and then quickly press it again after a dash. Like, right, you just hold it, then do a quick dash and hold it again. The hold would not reset back to 0. The timer. So I'm using this elapsed seconds, and this elapsed seconds would not go back to 0 for whatever reason. So I probably need to change this to use my own timer setup. And that way I can do on start, I can just reset it and then start it again. And then I can actually specify the time proper here. The other thing that I want to do though is this. Welcome in. Oh, Lebathebe? I'm like, I don't know if it's supposed to split somewhere, but welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Here, right, I'm having it count it after a certain amount of time and do the ongoing attack versus the non-ongoing attack. Close. I mean, I'll take close. So, what's the best way of doing our own timer? I guess we have to use a timer for it, probably, right? We probably have to use a timer. You can just do a timer by event. Or it just keeps going up. It doesn't need to like be very like accurate timer. It can be like every 0.1 seconds, right? It doesn't basically whatever it is, just that's what we're working with. So you couldn't like wait like 0.35 seconds if it's 0.1, right? And then we'll just do 0.05. We need something that like that minute or something like that. Maybe I'll do 0.05. We'll see. But we can use that, and then we can use still the hold, and then use the triggered as we were. The started to start the timer. The elapsed seconds then will be more accurate. What is this for? It's for doing my regular attack and the hold attack. Basically. So right now the system's just not very good and I want to improve it. And it has a few issues with the elapsed seconds, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, this is my game. This is my game. Exactly. So let's set up a elapsed seconds setup here. So we can do a we can do a set timer by function. Because all we're doing is just incrementing a value. So we can just do function name. So we can just say attack hold duration, or increase attack hold duration. We can use function, call it that. We'll say 0.05 looping. I don't want to do max once per frame, because if you have a lag spike, so would I want to execute the attack if you had a lag spike? I wouldn't want to have a multi-second lag spike and then you still have to hold it for like another 3 seconds. We can always adjust from there. So we'll do this, and then here, add a new variable called attack hold duration. Oh, we already have an attack hold duration, right? Do we? Wait. We'll just use attack lap seconds. We'll just reuse this one. So here we'll just take the attack lap seconds and then add the input here. Timer. Duration. All right, so that's gonna just set that. And then I'm also gonna have it return that value. Oh, but I guess returning the value doesn't help me at all. Never mind. I don't even function by event. This doesn't help me one bit. Okay. What I am going to need, though, is to have this as a variable. So this is going to be attack hold timer, I guess. So we'll need to cancel this timer when we execute. What I do for a living? Do you work in games? I do not work in games. I have never gone in games. I do virtual production. I make environments for virtual production. That seems fine. So when we start, when the attack starts, we need to reset this. And then we need to start this timer. And I need a lot more room for this. Or I guess, you know what? Let's just move this for now. It's down here. Why don't you work in games, though? Because I never managed to get into games. I applied and never got into it. And at this point in time, there's no way in hell I can get into games and be able to be anywhere close to my income level. So I'm not willing to, like, drop my income by, 70% or something to get a junior position or a low position in a game. Because I don't have quote unquote game experience. So it's just, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. So my only chance of working set on games is to do it myself. So that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, so here we're doing this. Okay, let's do... so on cancel, we're still doing the cancel, right? On ongoing here. What are we checking here? Okay, we're checking what kind of weapon it is. And if the attack lap second is greater or equal to a certain duration, we're triggering it. And then we don't need to do this. And we don't need to do this. That is going on. So the only difference here is whether it's melee attack hold or not a melee attack hold. I'll probably need to figure out a better solution for this as well. I don't like using this boolean here. But this, so all we need to do is do now, just get here, hold timer, clear and validate. Oh, this is ongoing. So, but yeah, if we are attack triggering, then we're just doing this. Okay. So then we just clear it, and then we're good. If we did attack canceled, we also want to clear this. So basically, instead of using the elapsed time, now we can use this. Okay, so theoretically, it should still work. What's the problem here? Okay, just need to compile it twice. Interesting. Nope. Oh, not work. Why not work? It triggers. Huh? Wait, what? What's the problem? I copy pasted the name. It is correct. It is the right name. Huh? Oh, is it canceling it somewhere? Hold on a second. I'm going to turn those, remove those. Because maybe it's somehow being canceled by those? No? What? Why isn't it triggering? So it's clearly triggering here, but it's not triggering the function. Okay, what if we just... fine, we'll do a set timer by event. Okay. Oh, I know why. I think. Because I did stupid. I just realized my stupidity. Hold on. Hold on. I plugged this in, but this obviously we don't have access to this. Not using that. So that's probably causing issues. There we go. Jesus Christ. Why was I so stupid? Let's plug this back in. So, you guys, you can make a game. Just watch me be stupid and still make this. Okay, so there we go. So this now works. That's a problem, but that's a different problem. So so we have this. Oh, why is it attacked twice there? I know why it attacks twice. It's because I removed the setting of this to 0 here. So you know what? Let's do this as a function. Clear attack hold duration. And then we just use this. Happens to the best, it never happens to me. By that logic, oh, you're not the best based on what Revolution Art there just said. I'm clearly the best because it just happens to me. Because you don't even try to do anything technical. I mean, that also means, though, that you're perfect on your technical stuff because you've never made a mistake. Right? If you never try, you can't fail. You have never failed. You have a perfect record. It's great. You just like the moment anything logical comes into the picture. Well, solution. Keep the logical stuff outside the picture. Just have it on the side where no one can see it. But you can see it. You know it's there. Okay. So this is working now. Ooh. I'm still holding. If I let go, I attack. Why do I attack still? Is it doing the cancel one? Oh, it is because of the duration thing. So it's because this duration here is insane. If I set this to 2, this would be different. You get people that are smarter than you to help you with them. I mean, I wish I had those. Right, because of my timer, it doesn't quite, it's not quite as exact. And when I say I wish I had those, I don't mean people are smarter than me. I have plenty of those. I just meant just people to help me. They're trying to keep all the information for themselves. We can try 2-2. Just a little bit more, just to probably go like 2.05. Yeah, you just do like super low extra. Why is the mouse not working to move this? It should be. Have you seen the dev on YouTube about Trinity 64? Heavily inspired by Zelda N64? Pretty cool. Nope. I'm not really a Zelda person, so I guess it kind of makes sense. I should have mouse control here. Why don't I have mouse control here? Okay. But that part's working. Let's just see if I did. Okay, I think that fixes a lot of the issues I had. So let's do a few other things though. So on triggered, we do attack triggered. We need to also clear here. Oh, this is for Spellbolt only. Why is it for Spellbolt only? We don't need it for Spellbolt only. We could do it for both. We can do it for everything. Just trigger this. If we have run to the time, just trigger it. If it is less, if it is... So we don't need this check here. This is pointless now. Yeah, this is pointless now. And that means that this on ongoing is pointless. We can do that on the start. So we can do this. And this all goes on start. I tried playing Zelda Majora's Mask, I think. It wasn't really for me. I tried using a walkthrough. Back like early on for like a lot of the games I played, like long ago, I used to have walkthroughs for like everything. But like it told me where to go, but the problem is like for me, and the reason why I primarily just I'm not a Zelda person is I love loot too much in my RPGs. If I'm playing an RPG, I'm a loot whore. And there's not really loot in those kind of games. Like, I love like the old school Final Fantasy games, right? Just give me the gear, give me the stats. That's the kind of stuff I grew up with. Absolute Loot Goblin, absolutely, 100%. So because of that, I never got into Zelda. It also didn't help that it was Nintendo. And back then I didn't really like, I didn't have a Nintendo console, so that also didn't help. My first console was a Sega Dreamcast. I wasn't even part of any of the big three. Any of the big three. The game you're building is going to have 200 unique weapon, guns, and melee. Good luck. Good luck balancing that. Sega Dreamcast was freaking amazing. Some of my favorite games are from there. Power Stone. Power Stone 2. Great game. What else? I played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. 2 was great. I remember I beat the story mode with Shadow. So that was fun. It was pretty much the only Sonic games I've ever played to this day. What else? There's also... I mean, South Park Chef's Love Shack was a fantastic game. I'm sure there's some others that I'm forgetting. But... And having the little, the save things be like little, have like basically little, games in themselves. So if you play like, Sonic, I believe, your little save cartridge has the display, and you can have like almost like a Tamagotchi, as just as a side thing. It was great. Find the right people who are smarter than you and do the balancing. I mean, yeah. Remember playing a Hercules on the Sega? They always been the Sega Genesis. I've never had any other Sega console except the Dreamcast. That's my only one. Let's see. Top Sega Dreamcast games. Maybe I'll remember some other ones. I didn't have many games though, to be fair. And like a handful. Yeah, literally, like, there's people are giving a bunch of lists of games, and I'm like, I don't have any of those. Sonic Adventure 2, someone mentioned. House of the Dead, I had a demo of that, but that's all. Power Stone 2, freaking amazing. Yeah. I know there's a few others that I had. But those are the main ones that I remember at least. Power Stone was so good. Power Stone 1 and 2. Let's see if this works. Okay. The hold thing doesn't work. Why is the... Why is this not working anymore? Oh, why am I setting the attack elapsed seconds divided by 3 as attack hold duration? Oh, this attack hold duration, not elapsed seconds. This should be triggering. What? It's not? Why? Oh, because... No, I do need this on ongoing. Because I need this on ongoing. I need this on ongoing. For you, it was mostly Sonic. I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 was great. I hated in Sonic Adventure 2 the one where you have to look for the emerald, right? Because it did the different like mini game type levels, right? It had the Knuckles Rogue looking for emerald one. You just have to like run around and it'll just beep like when you're close. And I think that's the main reason I never beat the like the good path one, the Sonic path, is because there was one that I just couldn't find and I gave up on it. And then I beat the one for Shadow. Shadow was awesome. Look, if there's ever a game where I can be the villain, I would 100% will be the villain every single time. I love playing the villain. It is so much fun. Because the villain's always over the top and it's insane, and I don't know. I feel like more games need to have you playing villains. I used to undo this. It's back. Let's not undo that much. Ungoing goes here. But I guess well, let's see if this works, and then I can move this part back. Yeah, okay, it does. So that means this goes here. This goes here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that's that. But the attack ongoing part, I need to rework that whole thing. I don't know what the best way to have I need to change, I think, the way that bar works. I don't like that filling bar. There's so many ways of doing it. Right? We could have it do what it's doing, where it's filling up here. But I could also do like a circle around the player, something over the top of the head. I can do so many things. Make the sword or character start to glow. Can't really do that easily. To isolate things like that. So yeah. That's not, unfortunately, not an option. I think what I need to figure out first, probably, is I still need to figure out a better system for the enemies. So the enemies right now have a shitty arrow in front of them, and we need a better system still for that. It can be an image, but I'm just not happy about it. And if you look at the melee enemies when they attack, right, they have that red arrow, triangle arrow, right? You need something. The problem is, right, is because they're sprites, you can't tell which way they're facing. So when they go to attack, you need some kind of something that shows which way they're attacking, right? Because otherwise it's not 100% clear. But I'm not thrilled with that. And I think if we figure out the look for that, then, or how that should work, then we can go with whatever we need for the hold, because then it would be more consistent. What could we do? I feel like you kind of have to have an arrow or something, right? I don't think there's any way of avoiding... The design of the arrow can change, right? But I think you pretty much have to have some kind of arrow or something. And you... Originally, right, I had the... Just pause at a good time. All right, we're talking about, right, this guy. Originally, I had it like that you showed like the full length one, sort of like the attack one that I have. And the problem becomes with that is when there's multiple enemies attacking at the same time, the whole screen just fills with arrows and it's just pointless. So that's not an option. You also cannot just do like red circles or red lines where an enemy's attacking. Same problem. If a bunch of these enemies decide to attack at once, you just have too many. But you need to know which way they're attacking. So... So what do we do? What's the solution? I guess to keep the arrow, right? But then we just change the design of the arrow? Or is there something else we can do? Trying to think. Could do like a little pulse thing instead of like a permanent arrow. It's like a pulse thing, but if you don't notice it on an enemy, then you won't know which way they're facing. I mean, I can make it so they can only attack in 45-degree angles. And then they have to get into position to attack at 45-degree angles. But I feel like that's just ridiculous. The amount of extra work that would be, and there would be like certain positions that are just going to be like impossible for them to hit. And then they all have to line up. Yeah, it's not an option. So... if we did arrow, I mean, maybe I do actually use like a full rectangle. But just have it be really subtle. Like a full arrow type thing, but have it be very subtle. Because before it wasn't subtle. Because I wanted it to be noticeable. But I want it to be noticeable. Let's see what ideas the AI can provide. I have a game where a character is a 2D sprite in a 3D world and has 8 directional visuals. So you can tell where they're looking within about 45-degree angles. But when attacking, it's hard to tell where exactly they're attacking because of that. Are there any games that have good examples of what can be done to make it obvious where the enemy is attacking without it feeling cluttered if, let's say, 10 are attacking at the same time around you? Let's see if it has like any like references potentially they can. Hades Diablo style RPGs and certain isometric top-down games handle this well with strong enough attack telegraphs, effects, animations, audio cues. The problem is, they're all 3D. Well, those are my references, but Enter the Gungeon. The problem with references like Hades Diablo is the enemies are 3D. So you can exactly tell what they're facing. In a 2D eight-dimensional sprite, it's not quite as exact. Diablo 1 and 2. Well, that's actually interesting. Clear wind-up. The wind-up frames is not the problem. Offensive attack is similar asymmetric tactics like 3D sprites on a grid. Oh, grid. We can't do grid. Enter the Gungeon. A directional support. Enemies telegraph melee range attacks via obvious wind-up poses, puzzle flashes, or aim. If I recall correctly, yes, it's for Enter the Gungeon because I played a bit of it. That was terrible. They do like spread attacks typically, so it's like their angle doesn't matter as much. Enter the Gungeon, Northern Line, where let's get a view. So yeah, let's see if what do they do? Yeah, that's not a good example because he just attacks everywhere. I want to see some of that attack in. Just to see, you can tell which way they're facing, but the attacks themselves, right, is really what you're looking at because they're projectile ones. Projectile ones, you can just watch the projectile. It's simpler. But when an enemy does like a jump attack specifically, right? Like a whole jump attack. That becomes a little more difficult. In games like Enter the Gungeon, you can use the projectiles for reference. I have enemies that do wind up hold attacks. So when they go to jump, because it's adirectional, you need to know if it's exactly where it looks like they're facing, or like race to the left, right. So I think we're pretty much stuck on the arrow as the solution. Decoupling the exact attack vector from the sprites facing via strong supplemental cues that work even in crowds. Enemies have adirectional or smaller animations with distinct wind-up frames. Weapon trails or slash arcs that... Again, this... Ground dust impact effects? No. It's not a grid. So the Final Fantasy thing is still bad. Hyperlight Drifter / Death's Door. Highly readable melee telegraphs. Just glowing weapon details. We'll take a look at that. Zelda-like top-down. Link to the past style. Extend to adirectional. Let me take a look at what those links are. There's just people asking about other games like it. That's not helpful at all. Nope, neither one is helpful.
Ad break activated. Back shortly to continue my beautiful mess of a project.
It is definitely a mess, but we're trying to clean it up. While ads are going, I'll be right back. I'm back. The whole it's not the AI is too stupid for this one to solve this, because it hasn't even suggested a single like arrow. Do a draw a temporary dashed line or an arc on the ground towards the target direction. Okay, that's sort of like what I'm doing. Not exactly, but this is just a shittier version. Stagger, hold slightly across the 10. And you can't. None of this would work for for the solution. Okay, so visually, I guess what I need to figure out also maybe is just I need this to be smaller. Right, again, for projectiles, right, we don't need this. We don't have this problem. Easy peasy. But for melee, we do. So the solution is we remove all melee from the entire game. No, it's not actually. I think we just need to change the look of that arrow. I think we change the look of the arrow. And I'm thinking that the hold bar should be overhead, probably. So it's not a giant thing on the ground. If I was to search up like a game attack arrow, just out of curiosity, that's not gonna help. Ground attack arrow. Game ground attack arrow just gets me not what I was expecting. Why do I have a bunch of planes? I mean, it's the problem is the attack arrow is the terrible attack indicator. Attack direction indicator. Top down game attack direction indicator. I mean, this is the main difference here is I had it fully solid, but like if we had, let's say this, right? This is the like, let's say this is the jump attack, and we had like 5 enemies and they're overlapping. You can't tell which one's which is the main problem. And then it becomes like way too much because the packs can have 8 of the same enemy, and if they're all this kind of enemy or all this kind of enemy, right? That's the problem. But if we did something like this, we could do this kind of thing. Just have it be like super subtle, like a little circle with a little arrow. Really minimize it. That one's actually not a bad idea. That one's not a terrible idea. Let me see if it, oh, there's barely any. But it is called, what I'm looking for basically is now I know what it was, the skill attack indicators. Skill attack indicator. So, yeah, we cannot do these. Yeah, these are decals, clearly. But I think the subtle one that we were just looking at could be the solution. Right, games like League of Legends can get away with stuff like this because you're only seeing yours. So you don't have like 5 of these competing from enemies where like it's all overlapping and it's hard to know what's going on. So let's try, honestly, the little one, the circle one that we just saw for the direction, because that'll probably help a lot. So let's do that. Is it? Talk about this. Okay, let's try that real quick. We got time. We need to go to the enemies. You. So what I want to do now is, instead of this, we'll try the other one. So it's using this for reference for placement, so I don't need to move everything. But let's go basic. Do I want to do change the brush? I could probably just use the shapes, right? Ooh, there's a crescent tool. Let's see how this crescent tool works. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Question becomes a few things. First of all, do I want it to be like, I think I want it to be like a full half circle, probably. Probably not the worst thing in the world. Could make it a little bit thicker here. What controls do we have? So we have this. Okay. Mirror, no. Negate. Oh, the opposite. Makes sense. Oh, we can give it a stroke. Do I want to give it a light stroke? I almost feel like it should be like, I think a light stroke would help. Although none of the other stuff have a stroke right now, so maybe actually we'll remove the stroke. We'll give it the color. Let's keep it white. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate you and then rasterize you. Because then you become pixels. And what I want to do is, if I was to, if I selected you and then just did a fill, I want it to be an exact thing. Like, I guess I could just leave it as it was and just use masked anyway. I was trying thinking about cleaning up the edge so it doesn't have the transparency part. But I guess it's fine. Let's try this. I'm going to move this a little bit higher up. We could just use the crescent one. It's the I don't know what the hotkey is to do both sides at once, so let's do this. Oh, I've not made it. You know, I'm probably not having it be square. It's probably not a terrible idea. So you know what? Round, but hold shift. Oh, shift is the button. Shift is the button. Yeah, let's put it here. And let's go ahead and export this. Say attack arrow B. Not you. You. Oh, we'll try. We'll see the curve first, and then we can go ahead and add the little arrow. I think this is just default, right? Pixels per unit, 1 center. So we used this now. Move closer. That actually might be. Why do we have issues here? What's the problem here? Usage of get actor data has been deprecated. Use save game properties for automatic persistence instead. Use save game properties for automatic persistence. Oh, there's an update to save game properties. What? I don't know what it wants me to do. I'll need to look into the I guess this plugin has changed a little in an update. Love it. It's only a warning, so theoretically it should still work. Yeah, still working. Let's take a look. Let's see. Obviously, they won't have the little arrow, but it might be. I'm probably going to need to reposition it also on a bunch of them. But let's just see how it is for now. with just this change. Here we go. You know, I feel like that's a lot better, being the subtle. I feel the subtle is helpful. So let's try then. Here. And then we'll do a triangle tool. Kind of crazy tools that we're using here. Bam, look at that. The most advanced setup you've ever seen. How do you refresh this? Oh, there we go. Let's see. I think basically the attack indicator for FPS games, I think effectively being used here might be the solution. As like the best, like, quote unquote arrow that doesn't get in the way. I mean, yeah. And there's a lot going on there anyway, but let's see. You're all ranged. Let's go down. Let's find another group here. Here we go, a bunch of melee guys. The arrow's a little small, I will say. So I think, yeah, the arrow's too small. What I could do, though, is not really care about the arrow, but if I just don't have it be a half circle, I can just have it be like a thin, small arrow, period. So if we took this and shrunk it a little. What I want to do is almost make it go like outwards a little, but I don't think that's possible in this tool. I can shrink it, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I guess that is technically what I'm asking for. But it's still right facing up here. I'd want it to like face out. I don't think there's any other tool that we could use for that. Let's do a smaller one of you. Make this a little bit thicker. Move this up. And then we would have it be a little bit smaller and not have it be going around. So it'll be a little bit easier to just see from this thing where it's facing. So effectively just we're making it the same thing as we had it, just a lot thinner. So let's try this. And we'll probably need to adjust the position of it, but again, just want to see. We might make it a little bit bigger as well, but it's not being still as thick. I think will help, because that's one of the things that I definitely did not like too much, is the thickness of it. Yeah, that helps. Actually. I feel like that helps. I feel like it's not as in the way anymore. Okay, let's adjust the enemy placements of that. I don't care about you. You for sure. You for sure. I only really need to do this on the melee guys. Like adjust it. Okay, there's not a super large amount of them. So for example, on you, right, we want it to be closer to you. Also, probably should do half height is 100. We'll do 15 above, so minus 85. And then what I can do is just shrink this a little bit. I probably want to shrink it just probably just here. Do I? I do kind of want to shrink it in. Let's try it. Let's try it. You're 72, so minus 72 plus 15. You're going here. $40. Here. Guess I'm scaling it in a little bit for all of them, but it's fine. It's fine. For the wider ones, it makes sense. 72. You're 81. So you're actually pushing this one out. Is it all of them? I think that's all of them. You don't need yours. Yeah, you don't need yours because you're flamethrower boy. So I think I got them all. Minus the bosses, but let's not worry about that yet. Let's see how it looks. It'll be a lot more subtle than it used to be. But it used to be just not in your face, but still you understand which way they're facing, right? And with it not being in your face, I feel better about making a smaller charge bar as well. It's subtle. It's there. I feel like that's better, honestly. It doesn't feel like completely gets in the way. I could also try doing a different color. Like white. Could also try doing like white. Undo on the main parent one. Let's see how that feels. Whatever color we choose, right, needs to work against all kind of backgrounds, and maybe doing a white would work. So I'm not planning to make a white environment, right? Whatever it'll be, whatever it is, will be probably darker. So you're all range. I don't care about you. Here we go. Is it too small? I'm tempted to say it should be a little bit bigger. Tempted to say it should be a little bit bigger. I don't really mean like in size, I mean like in thickness. Maybe not. I can tell which way they're going. Maybe the arrow just is a little bit bigger. If I just made the arrow a little bit bigger, I think that would actually work. So if we made it like this, it's considerably bigger. Let's just give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. I think overall it's an improvement, I should say. Considering the length of these load times, I really should rework the spawning to not need to have the certain things done. Yeah, that arrow being bigger actually does a lot. The white works. The arrow being bigger works. It's no longer in your face as much as it was before. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. And then we can control like the range at which, how far they attack and all that. What I could also do, that's nicer. I'm glad you think so. What I could also try doing, and this might be too much, is I have this at the start. It shows which way they attack, but I could also maybe add something at the end, just shows where they end their attack. So you wouldn't see like the full like arrow, but you would see the start of it effectively and the end of it. But that might get confusing. So I feel like I probably shouldn't. I think I would just get more convoluted. Because if they also get body blocked, then it would cause issues. Speaking of body blocked, shouldn't they not be getting body blocked? Didn't I set that up to not get body blocked? I just realized, because they've been getting body blocked by each other when they're doing their attack. But I want to say that they shouldn't be getting body blocked. So something's going on there. Okay, but with this, I think the main thing now is we need to change now, right? The hold attack visual because of that, to make it not be so in your face. This one, right? That is just too much. So instead of all of this, I'm thinking just like a simple, just bar above your head, or maybe to the side of the character, a little bit in front, like a vertical one or horizontal one, but something like around here instead of the giant one here. Also, this needs mouse support. I don't know what happened to the mouse support here. So most likely, so that's what we'll work on tomorrow, right? We'll work getting the mouse support back, because that's kind of important. And then, yeah, that reads a lot better. White's considerably better, also. I could also try making those decals, but I feel as it is, it reads fine. Yeah, tomorrow we'll work on setting up the mouse movement first. I think that's priority number one. I don't know why the mouse movement stopped working. Let me figure that out actually really quick. Is that something I can find? Laser attack? No, we're not doing the laser attack. It's this. So attack error elapsed time. No. Not only does the elapsed time. Should. Wait. Did I not copy something? Servo towards mouse. Rotate true. Oh, I don't have that. Well, there's the problem. And we want that to be here. So, yeah, so I have it here. Was that it? Was that the entire problem? My own stupidity? I mean, probably, let's be honest. That's always the problem. Come on. You can do it. Can do it. No, still not. Oh. It would help if I turned it on also. After adding it. Good job, mate. Yeah, this one's turned on. Okay. One more time. Loading screen is way too long, way too long, way too long. The loading screen is way too long for this. Ah, there we go. Now we're back. There, that's better. Because obviously we don't need that for the regular attacks. But yeah, for a whole... Did it just... Okay, well... Yeah, the bar needs reworking. Clearly. Thankfully, we'll be reworking that tomorrow. Cool. I think some good improvements. I think good improvements today. I think that's we're getting there, right? We're improving. So we're getting better. We got all the animations in. Tomorrow we'll get the new bar, the whole bar working. And then with that all working, it'll be nice because then I won't need to do a hold for 4 directions, which it's a whole extra actor that I have for all this stuff that won't be needed, which is going to be great. And once that is all set up, then I can just focus on the actual combo system. So that'll be the plan. Progress indicator, and then the combo attack. I'm finally gonna have a combo attack system potentially. I mean, we have 10 days before the end of the month. I mean, look, if I can get the combo attack system before the next devlog, I'm gonna be pretty pleased. I'll be honest. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Wonderful rest of your day. I don't know what I just said, but I'm pretty sure the last word was not day. I think I just combined day and night. Anyway, I hope you all have a good rest of your night. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.